Aloha, everyone. Stocks sold off on Monday. However, yeah, it's a tricky kind of day. I like these kind of days because it's a little funny business by the Mr. Market. So as you can see here, we're down 0.42% on the NASDAQ. Volume is way heavier than the session before, still slightly below average or at average, whatever. But the big thing to take from today is, yes, it's a distribution day technically, but we closed higher than where we opened, and we rallied we had an excellent rally off the intraday lows. So overall, today was a very positive session for the Nasdaq. It's hard for me to get bearish whenever we held the support levels, which is what I wanted to do on the 9th. So far everything is good. The heavier volume to me is indicative of a good reversal. And the thing is that as we sell off, we continue to get into oversold readings in our TSV, MACD, stochastics working off the overbought, RSI's at mid-range. So overall, today wasn't that bad. And the Russell 2000 was only down 0.31%. It too held its 6.9 lows. Huge rally off its intraday lows, and it closed higher than where it opened. MACD TSV is working off overbought conditions. RSI and stochastics still says that. Maybe to me this shows that an overbought market's going to stay overbought, but technically we do have room to work off on the Russell 2000, but on the S&P 500, even a better situation. You can see TSV MACD racing towards oversold levels. The S&P 500 low today was 2072.49. You can see that that's higher than 2072.14. So the S&P 500 had a successful test of its 6.9 intraday low, and the stochastics and RSI on that also is near the oversold readings. Stochastics is really racing to the oversold level, and that can also be seen on the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which we're getting very, very oversold on. Same thing, MACD, TSV, Dow Jones Industrial Average also held its intraday lows. So overall, wait, did it? No, it didn't. But a successful retest, excuse me. So the Dow Jones Industrial Average did not hold its recent lows, but it has a successful retest because the 1779 close is higher than the 1776 close, or 17764 close is better than the 17791 one close is better than the 17764 close on the 9th. So overall, right for now, it's a successful retest. All of the indexes are doing basically what I want them to do so far, which is hold those 6.9 lows of the day. You can see on the Dow Jones Transportation Average, the oscillators are starting to turn higher, so we might be able to get some momentum higher in these positions. But overall, good intraday reversal. It wasn't that bad, even though it is a technical distribution day. So the market so far holding up, neither good, neither bad. Sentiment is still kind of bearish. So how did my scans look tonight? Well, first let's go over the sells. Intraday, Ruby took me out of all of it because of how long this base has been going, and because of this action right here. I had my sell stops. I had one here, I had one here, but following this session right here, I've moved everything up to those lows. That includes all of them. So Ruby intraday today took me out. Of course, by the end of the day, it's fine. So maybe Ruby will become a long later on, but right now we have a series of longer intermediate term lower highs, and now we have lower lows. So I'm not interested really in putting it back on. But Ruby was a full sell today. Also, and on an end of day basis though, no sell. Also, ALLE, my final sell stop was below this low a day, 60.66, traded down to 60.33. So obviously, I've been taken out of all of my ALLE. However, if you use either 60.66 or 60.73 as your final sell stop level on an end of day basis, by the end of the day, ALLE, once again, is fine. Like I said, this is a bad market. These sell stops would be triggering, and then they would be crashing. And then we'd be like, oh, shit, the market's going to probably fall apart here. But these things continue to reverse. So ALLE, Ruby, both have sucked me out. We'll see how they do. And then also HLTH, that got me all intraday. And my final sell stop intraday was below 691. So a move below 691 got me out of the entire position. Tell you what, this thing looked like it wanted to really rocket higher, but today, unfortunately, fail on heavier volume. Still has max green bop, but MACD, stochastics, RSI, everything was confirming that it might not work whenever we did get all these signals. You can look at TSV, MACD, stochastics, and RSI there. However, to me, it looked like they were rounding up off the lows, but this is why you got to have sell stops, because it failed. HLTH took me out, even though my limit was at 690. My stop, I mean, it was taken out at 686, 685. So for now, well, actually, it was 687. It was like 686, 99999. So technically, HLTH is a failure. If this one reverses back higher, once again, you'll know when you're in a good market. And today, more slap in the face action in leading stocks. CNC today completely reversed. This was one that I was long back here, fully stopped out back here, and it has done nothing but move higher. EPAM is another one that intraday took me out of everything here. Since then, it has done nothing but move higher. Also, AVGO shook me out of half of what I had remaining back here in this one day. It has since proceeded to move nothing but higher. DRI shook me out of my entire position on this day. From that day, it has done nothing but move higher. And then my favorite, SPLK. What an asshole this stock is. Now it's doing nothing but moving higher. On an end-of-day sell signal, I think it finally gave us a full end-of-day sell signal back here. So even on an end-of-day basis, it was a sell. And, of course, it has done nothing but try to move higher. So that's the kind of market we're in. Things still look good. And then on another note, look at all these stocks I flagged that I'm not going long. ZAG, CBM, HF, SP, INFN, RHT, CXDC, Chinese speculative play might really run, HubS, GTT, VUZI. All these look good. Not taking any of them long because they're all a little speculative or risky compared to what I'm looking for. But once again, we have 3 new long signals and 2 ad signals. It just doesn't end. CMPR, remember this one? It's back. CMPR is retaking its 50-day moving average. This is a CanSlim quality stock and a perfect speculator scan quality stock. 2.5% of any available capital will go into this one. HDS breaking out to a new high with the pocket pivot point signal. This is a CanSlim quality stock that was confirmed in my new 52-week high scan on strong volume and in my price volume BOP surge scan. So once again, extremely high quality long. Once again, we barely risk anything to know that we're wrong, and it's always possible this stock can move up 50%. It's quite insane. And then AMWD, this one was in my CanSlim scan. It was in my pre-perfect speculator scan. It was in my new 52-week highs on volume scan, and it was in my price volume BOP surge scan. Quite a confirmation across the board. Since we're under a series of mixed signals, buy, neutral, and sell, can't go any more than 2.5%. But HDS, AMWD, and CMPR, they've been confirmed in enough scans that all of these are 2.5% long positions. And then also HRTG, another pocket pivot point signal. This chart's a beauty. Don't tell anyone. I don't care. Tell whoever you want. It's going to probably lose its beauty here pretty soon. And if it was really an old school beauty, this price action wouldn't have happened back here, and we wouldn't have any red BOP or even yellow BOP in the chart. This whole thing would be green still. But overall, in a Zoom 4 and a Zoom 3, as you can see as I toggle back and forth, the longer term uptrend is beautiful. The shorter term price action is beautiful. So HRTG is a 1% ad. CanSlim stock confirmed in the max green BOP for at least 5 days scan. And then MANH, another signal. Got a long signal back here. Got an ad signal here. Now we have another ad signal with another pocket pivot point signal with max green BOP. If it has max green BOP tomorrow, it'll be max green BOP for 5 days scan in a row. Max green BOP for 5 days in a row scan. I can never just fluidly just say these scan names. So MANH is also a 1% position. CanSlim quality stock, perfect speculator scan quality stock. And tomorrow, if it has max green BOP for 5 days stock. So 1% in that one. HRTG 1%. 2.5% of the new longs. But also, before we go, I also have 2 partial sell signals on end-of-day basis. I am out of both of these, as once again, AVOL went long here. Everything's looking great, but this one day shook me out of everything, and since then straight up. But now it's finally failed. Closing below the 50-day moving average on lower volumes. So what you can do here, this is a 50% sell on the end-of-day basis if it trades below 22.56. I'm already out of it. Nothing I can do. So put a sell stop below 22.56. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And then MLM closing below the 50-day moving average, that's a 50% sell.